Hello guys and welcome to a main video on this channel, a footy one. We're going to be posting quite a few of these videos. Season predictions, a little bit late. We've seen all the practice matches. We kind of know who's in and out for round one, what teams are going to look like contending for the year. So me and my brother Shay, we're going to just go through our predictions for the year. Who's going to come first, grand final, winner, top four, Brownlow, rising star, our surprises, and who's going to be the wooden spoon, all that kind of stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and let's get started. Okay, straight away, just because this might link up with some of our other predictions, we're going to go with our surprise. And for me, it's out there. I think Adelaide have a good chance of making finals this year because they've been rebuilding for 2 or 3 years now. They've got some good players in. They're young. Hopefully might have a good system this year. I think they might finish 8th this year, just sneak into the finals. And I reckon Port Adelaide will just miss out. It'll be a tight tussle between them for the whole year. Port Adelaide 9th, and Ken Inkley will lose his job at the end of the year.
I think Bulldogs in the top 4 because their defence has been fixed through the off-season, which will link with their forwards and midfielders. And Bontempelli is looking fit this year. So overall, the Bulldogs are just looking like a really dangerous team this year.
Yeah, I got to agree with you with that. I've got a few question marks about their defence, but if they can get better, I reckon they're going to be a push for top 4 and premiership contention. And Luke Beveridge, their coach, he's a good coach. He'll get the boys together and go again for a good year. Good picking. Okay, next will be our Brownlow medalist for the year. I think there's a few players, but there's just a few players are ahead of the pack, and one of these players will win it. Patrick Cripps, Petrarca, Bontempelli, all those guys have a really good shot at it. I think this year Petrarca will win it. He's just going to have a good season. It's hard to pick between a few guys, even Brayshaw. I just think he's going to have a good year this year, and I think he's going to win the Brownlow. How about you, Shay? Who have you got as your Brownlow medalist?
As I said, Bontempelli is looking real good this year, so I put Bontempelli as my Brownlow.
Yeah, if he can stay fit, same as Petrarca, he had that injury at the end. If they can both stay fit, they should both be contenders for the Brownlow medal. Okay, it's a rising star time, and I think you and me are both going with with a safe pick, and that's going to be in 3, 2, 1, Will Ashcroft.
Number 1 pick, can't go wrong with that.
Pretty safe pick. I think he's just, those practice games, even though they don't tell much, he just looks really good in the midfield, went in hard, he's got a good build, and he's a very young, good talent. Well, not the greatest award for this team, but we're going to do the wooden spoon, and I think both of us has got some unorthodox ones. We're not going to pick West Coast or North Melbourne. I think North Melbourne with Alistair Clarkson might get a few wins. Definitely not close to finals, but they'll be around 17, 16, 15, not at the bottom. West Coast, I reckon, will improve. I think that was a bad season, but they'll be similar to North Melbourne, 17 to 14. But for me, I've got Essendon as my wooden spooners. They're going to take about 2 or 3 years to rebuild. A bit of a mess last year, and yeah, that's my pick.
So my pick for the wooden spoon was the Giants because they've got a new coach. They need a restart. It'll probably take them a few years to actually go up the ladder. And
yeah, I agree with you there. I don't have them last, but I guess the Giants, if they play with freedom and just play footy without much system, that definitely could happen, and that's definitely a possibility. I think, 1 or 2 more years and then they'll be back at it. Okay, time for the more controversial ones. Top 4, not in any order, I've just written them down. For me, it's going to be the Geelong Cats, Melbourne Demons, Brisbane Lions, and with their 2 new inclusions, and if their backline can get going with Dylan Grimes fit and healthy, I've got Richmond at fitting into that top 4.
So not in any particular order, we got Cats, Western Bulldogs, we got Melbourne Demons, and then we got Brisbane.
Yeah, I guess so. The Dogs, that was your surprise pick, so you've already explained that, and we'll go to the next one. Okay, our final little bit of the video, we're going to do all of these in one. Top one for the year, finishing at the top spot at their home and away season. I've got Geelong. You could call it biased, but I just think they got some good young talent, and some of their older players, I reckon, they'll be pretty similar to last year. I've got them finishing number one. A bit of biasy, but I think they'll be number one. As a fan or not a fan of the Cats, I think it'd be pretty hard to argue that they aren't in contention for finishing top of the ladder.
Yeah, well, I got the Demons for the finals. Yeah, Petrarca probably definitely got to have a good season.
Yeah, that midfield, I think if they can just all gel.
Yeah.
There's Brody Grundy and Max Gawn in the ruck. That's a weird combo, but if it works, they're going to be very dangerous. All right. In the grand final for me, I've got the Geelong Cats and Brisbane. I think they're going to be finishing second on the ladder too. If they don't choke in the finals, they should be all good. They've just got such a good lineup, and yeah, experienced young talent like Will Ashcroft. They should be going places this year. They really should be. They should win a premiership in the next 2 or 3 years. What about you, Shay? Who's in your grand final?
I'd like to see the Demons versus Brisbane in the final. As you said, lots of young talent.
Yeah,
I reckon Lockheed's got to have another good season. And also Petrarca. Those two will go off.
I think Demons. Yes, Demons would have been pretty tight with Brisbane. They were there 2 years ago. They know what it's like. They had poor final series, but they'll come back strong. And the winner in the grand final, I've got Geelong, just because I just think they're going to be up there again. They've got such a good team, and even if I was a neutral supporter, it'd be pretty hard to back away from Geelong. I think they got 1 or 2 more years to really be a strong contender, and they might just go back to the prelims just because they might lose some of their really good players. But they've got some young talent, and they won't be away for long. What about you, Shay? Who's your winner?
I've got the Demons.
2 and 3 years.
Yeah, I can just picture Max Gawn holding the trophy with the blue and red confetti going down. Petrarca, another good season.
Yeah.
Max Gawn in the ruck. It's got to be.
Yeah,
great.
and Grundy. Yeah, it's gonna be really hard for a few teams to pick. Even Sydney and Collingwood, they're gonna be around. Even Richmond if they can get going. Yeah, Bulldogs as well. They're a chance. But anyway, thanks for watching our predictions. I hope you took a bit away from it, enjoyed it. Put your opinion in the comments. We would love to see what you guys think. And see ya next time from me and Shay. Goodbye.